Boom! Oh, on my keyboard. Fuck. Whatever.
Start narrator dialogue. OK. Button. Alt+O. Heads up. Narrator. Exiting narrator.
I want... Hello, Potty Pants.
Yeah, he must be on opiates because he did a little tiny one.
Yeah, I caught that. He gave me a little one earlier today when I showed up. Okay, I'll take him tonight. Is Ralph on opiates? Oh, no. Phil! Phil, can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. I can't believe you brought a cop with you. Look at those glasses. Okay, so we're live at the moment, but I haven't started the video yet. I just thought we would catch up for a moment, and then I'll let you know when I'm starting the video, and we can have a discussion about the CO2, okay?
Okay.
Is everything else going okay? Was there anything immediate that we needed to look at in the garden?
I don't think so. I mean, room 5, some of the plants are still kind of yellowed. They haven't you know, I don't know if they're gonna really correct themselves through giving them the cow mag. So I can show you those real quick, and you can kind of give me your feedback on them. But other than that, we're just, you know, watering them every 3 to 4 days and using our meter, and they seem to be just.
The best news is we got rid of Mark.
Yeah.
We run his sorry ass.
Oh, mazel tov.
Well, he ran himself off. Is what he did.
Yeah, isn't that a little early? Wasn't he supposed to be here through Christmas?
Well, boss, he ran off and left the water hose going in a 55-gallon drum, and he was going to be gone for 3 or 4 hours. He would have flooded the whole building.
Okay.
So, when I found that out,
Wow.
I'm not a fighter. I will fight, but I told him I was going to whoop his ass if I came back and caught him with the water hose in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so we're clear, that started the video. The video, that story is the start of this video.
Okay.
There has been so much drama and controversy surrounding your grower because everybody on the channel and growers in general are like, yeah, let's do it right fucking now. So that'll be good news for us to hear. That'll be good news for everybody here as they watch it. Okay, so we'll keep the garden video separate. That's brilliant. Congratulations. I'm dying to hear more about it. But let's talk about the CO2 today for what we're doing, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here's my plan. My plan is I'm going to go to the 2 major distributors' website. This is Hawthorne and Hydrofarm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to educate you on the equipment that they sell. And then I'm going to ask you to incorporate what you have in your grow space with the equipment that you're seeing. Get it?
Okay.
I already have an answer, so I'm suckering you along the whole way, I promise.
Okay.
Because CO2 is so confusing for so many people, we're going to make the ultimate CO2 video right now, you and I, Phil, okay?
Great. I appreciate it.
Now, in the first couple of products that I show you, it's going to seem overwhelming. But all of I'll give you a hint. All of the products are the same. So I'm really doing it so you hear it and you hear it and you figure something out and then you hear it again and you figure something out and you hear it again. And by the end, I promise you will be where I am and it all sucks. Okay?
Okay.
But you will have an answer. All right. So ow. Give me 1 sec. Let me grab. Yeah, let's start this video. This video happened just a little faster than I was ready for. I need something to drink. Okay. Now, Phil, I'm going to catch everybody else up in the video. Now, Phil calls me just before Thanksgiving. And Phil says, we're going to do CO2. And I said, okay, we'll schedule a call and we can talk about it. He goes, nope, I trust you. Do the equipment. And I'm like, what is he talking about? He doesn't even understand what the problem is yet. So I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving's over. I'm waiting for Phil to call me back and ask me. And I get the text from Mandy. It's time to talk CO2. And I was like, okay, there it is. They're ready to listen because CO2 is not what you think it is, first off. So let me start off with what CO2 is. CO2 is carbon dioxide. It's the liquid that's in your soda. You could walk into a room that was 100% CO2 and you would choke and cough, but you would not be able to continue in the room. You would not fall asleep and get lethargic. It is not what comes out of an exhaust from your car. That is CO, carbon monoxide. What we're going to do today is carbon dioxide. Very similar in the way it looks, very different in how it affects you. So, okay. Now, you have very large rooms. And what I'm going to introduce you first is to products that are, well, only is products that are meant for large home grows. I just want you to keep that in perspective. Now, can you see the internet when I bring something up? Can
Got it. I don't see live yet.
Okay, but do you have can you watch the webcast while I'm talking?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha now.
Okay, so StreamYard, let me adjust this for everybody. All right, get the whole screen on there. I'm working on it. It's always a thing. It's like the first time, every time. Okay, so this is Hawthorne. This is Scott's Miracle Grow. And this is their website with their products. So this is manufactured distributor products. These are the products when I type in CO2, results for CO2, this is what I get. I get all of these products. You should be able to see, you're probably 20 seconds behind me, Mandy. Video, voice is probably only 3 or 4. So are you seeing what I'm looking at?
Yes, search results for the CO2.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is you can watch the webcast for a moment if you want, so you can turn down my volume. So you go to a window and you open up the webcast and you watch it there, and you can put your feet up if you would like to listen to this lecture. I can switch back and forth to you, whatever's more comfortable for you to listen to what I'm saying, because I want it to match the picture. So I don't mind just talking for 20 minutes, and then you'll hear me call Mandy when I need you to come back on, if that works.
Okay, so I'll turn this down and then turn this up.
That way the text matches the video. That way the text matches the video.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Okay. Streaming. Okay, I have.
Gotcha.
Okay. Hang on, I think I need to. Okay, so what I do is I mute my Mandy mic. I think that solves the problem. Okay, so you should be able to hear me, Mandy, through the video while you guys are on it right now. And I've muted the mic so I can't hear you until I unmute you back. That clears this up. So at this point, you should be able to. Okay, so you're nodding your head. Perfect. All right. So this is Hawthorne. I'm not making this up. I'm not creating websites to try to trick anybody. This is their CO2 product. This is their list of search results that I get. And let's start with the first product. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you about CO2, and I'm going to tell you something, and then we're going to go on to the next product. So here's the product. Okay. Now this is an Atlas 9, doesn't matter, CO2 controller with remote sensor. This is the controller. You can calibrate it, you can set it. This one has a range. You can set the PPO from 400 to 2000. Now, a controller monitor. A monitor tells you what the CO2 is. For instance, if you had a wand in your hand and you walked into a room and it said, "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do," that's a monitor. A controller allows you to change the CO2 through the addition of CO2, but not through venting or any other way. You're not going to run into too high of a CO2. I don't think that's happened in history. So max, min, recall, this is the deadband set from 50 to 500. So let's say that you set your CO2 for 1,000. You could set it for 500 ppm. So it comes on at 500. It comes on at 750 and goes off at 1250. So your band is 500. If you think you're super smart and technical, you could set it with a band for 50. Achoo! Woo! All right. Now you set it for 1,000. It comes on at 950 and it goes off at 1,050. Oh my God. Could you imagine how many cycles that would be? Forget about it. What I'm getting at is there's a couple of features that we have here. A max min recall. I'm not even sure if I know what that is. This is output, turn on fuzzy logic. So fuzzy logic for a CO2 tank. PPM up. I'm not even sure yet. Haven't even seen those before. So this is compact and easy to use. The Atlas 9 is a grower's dream. The 15-foot remote sensor allows you to measure the CO2 levels of your garden exactly where you need to measure them. Fuzzy logic capabilities allow you to accurately dose CO2 while using a CO2 regulator. The knob that doubles as a button when pushed lets you easily program this product. Enclosure resists dust, rust, and moisture. 10 amps. Okay. It really doesn't explain what all these features are. I know what most of them are already. Okay, so that's a product for $450. It's a remote sensor. I'm assuming because this says family right here that you have to buy this product and this product. So you're at $1,000 for a product that's pretty feature packed. I mean, it's got a 15-foot cord for you to put it in the room. So you could have like a 10 by 10 tent, run it up the thing, hang it in the middle, put the little monitor the monitor reader at this point on the outside, and the monitor itself on the inside, 15 feet cord, down the outside. And now you can see what's happening in your 10 by 10 tent and go from there. That's about $1,000 for that feature. About $1,000 for that one. Here is, I opened up all the, see how clever I was? Before the webcast, I opened up, so I did my search, and I opened up all the product. I see. Perhaps then I should click on the text. Would that give me a better result? Okay, that gives me a better result. All right, so let me open up a few of these again. I just went through them and opened up a few of them. Let me just open up a couple more. And I promise you now this, okay, for the record, this is a regulator. You could screw this onto a CO2 tank, whether it's a 20-pound or a 50-pound tank. This is the regulator, and a 20-pound tank in a 5x5 tent will probably last you 4 weeks at 750 ppm, 1 week at 1400 ppm. And then depending on how fast you vent, but you could go from a month to a week to a couple of days, depending on the size of the tent, the size of the grow area, and how much the plants are absorbing and how much you're venting. Because if you vent the CO2, this is like going home to your house, opening up all the windows and turning on the air conditioner. You just wouldn't do it. Okay, so that's a regulator. It goes on a tank. This is a Titans Control Spartan Series basic digital environmental controller. Weirdly, this one doesn't have the magnification, so let's jump to this is the 51. Let's jump to the 50. One of these. One of these had the enlarged box. I was just doing this. Oh, there it is. Wait, no. I was just... Come on. Oh, there we go. There's the enlarged box. Yay. All right, so let's take a moment, and I want to review the buttons that are on here. And we're going to do this over and over. So by the time we get to like product 30, I'm just kidding, you'll be like, oh my God, more of the same shit. That's what I'm going for. This is a heating output. So any heating element you have, you can, if your room gets too cold, boom, you just hit this up. Boom. It'll send out the signal to turn on a heater. This one is a humidity output. So if you want to change the humidity, usually it's a dehumidifier. You don't usually add humidity. So in the dehumidifier position, this would crank up like one of your big dehumidifiers that you had screwed to the roof. Okay. Over here, a timer output. I suppose you could set a timer and maybe control something with the timer. This is cooling output. So it'll turn on an air conditioner. What I want you to get at is you might be able to remove the heat with a fan. You cannot heat up the room by exhausting it, but you can remove some of the heat. Now, having a fan cools nothing. It only extracts heat. You don't go home and open up all your windows and turn on the fan. That's not how air conditioning works. So, an air conditioner, like the kind we sell in the store, are 15 amps, 15 amps. A heater that you buy at Costco is 15 amps. Now, could you imagine trying to hook up like a 65 amp heater or an air conditioner that's 12 tons to this? So big air conditioners and big heaters are inappropriate for something like this. Just to jump to the end, it's 14.5 amps maximum. So let's be clear, whatever air conditioner you hook up to this, it's got to be 12 amps because it's still doing whatever. There is nothing in your garden that's 12 amps. Would you lock the door, please?
Yes.
Okay. There is no heater that will solve any one of your problems for in a product like this, okay? That's just let's read it now. Easily control the temperature and humidity in your room with the Spartan Series Basic Digital Environmental Controller, capable of controlling your heating, cooling, timing, and humidity needs.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. The controller features a user-friendly analog. That's calling Tokyo, right? Analog interface with large, easy-to-read displays because old people have enough money to buy this nonsense. Okay, that's why they make them big. Anyway, the sensor includes a photocell that allows you to have day and night settings. I don't see the photocell on it. But photocell is just a little one of these little light like that. Checks the light so it knows if it's light or dark. The timing outlet can be used to activate a trigger-based lighting controller. Oh, this thing will turn on a light for you. Oh, or in all honesty, when you have a lighting controller like this, you could have a very big, like a 24 light box, and it would still use a 110 outlet. You turn your 110 outlet to turn on your lights, and it triggers the 24 light box. So this little thing right here, this feature right here, you could still implement with a 48 watt box. And that's because they all use a relay. A little bit of electricity flips the little switch that activates the main switch. So you turn on your lights through a 110 circuit, but it could go through like a 288 setup, 277, if that's what you had. Okay. Base lighting or used to run a CO2 generator or regulator. Enclosure resists dusts. Okay, so there it is. There's a little more about the enclosure. Questions. What's the difference between the models? Does the cooling output incorporate an AC compressor? The cooling output is designed for an exhaust fan. Yeah. So, and what was the first thing I told you before I even read this? Exhausting doesn't cool anything. That's not how that works. If you want to cool something, that's an air conditioner. Otherwise, it wouldn't be HVAC. It would just be C for cooling, I guess. But that's another point that I want you, we're just building. We're just going to look at the next product and the next product and the next product. We're just going to keep reading them. All right. So this is same thing. The dials are weird. Okay, so the dials are the deadband and CO2 ppm. So deadband and CO2. So this box right here is Okay, right there. That's okay. Realigned it. All right. So CO2 ppm, the deadband for the CO2. This is day temps and night temps and the readout. It is humidity and day and night humidity and the readout. Calibrate, daytimes, error, cooling error, whatever. Well, that's a lot of fucking errors for a $811 product. Okay. Fuzzy logic for a CO2 tank. Listen, I've been doing, I've seen this product, Fuzzy Logic, for 20 years. I have no idea what it is. But it's a great word. So, so here's the temperature deadband, right? Here's the CO2 deadband. Here's the night humidity and the day humidity. It comes with a 15-foot cord featuring easy-to-use analog interface. All right, so this is the same thing as the other one, just maybe a different feature as that one. Let's go on to the next one. All right. There we go. Okay. So day humidity, day humidify. Oh, look at that. So now instead of a range of humidity that it turns the exhaust fan, we now have a dehumidify and a humidify. But that's new. Night humidify. Ugh. Night dehumidify. Ugh. Day temp low, day temp, night temp low. Okay. Day mode, night mode, 50% error. What is that? Click knob, turn to set, press both knobs. Okay. So what do we know about this one? Well, we know it's got humidity, dehumidity, a 15-foot cord. It's probably about 15 amps, does not incorporate cooling or heating. The EOS digital humidity controller allows you to accurately and efficiently control the humidity levels in your garden. Set your desired humidity level and the controller will activate and deactivate humidifying and dehumidifying equipment appropriately. All right, so this is a dehumidifier. There you go. Doesn't even have anything to do with CO2. All right, high amperage, 120 volt high amperage. Phil, I just want you to think about your building and somebody calling anything 120 volt high amperage. Digital humidity, night humidity, day humidity. All right, so this is a digital humidity controller again. Okay, we saw that. Link 4, Iponic 624. Well, I think we already can know that there's two 15-foot, so we can test two different tents that are 10 by 10 now, because they're 15-foot cords. How far do you think it's going to go? Okay. Damn it. Okay. So they've got two Link products. What do we already know? 1 room, 2 room, 1 room, 2 room. All right. So let's just go. Let's start with the 1 room. Let's see what it says. Available in single room, the Iponic Alert is a cloud-based monitoring and alarm system with simple plug-and-play functionality. Any grower can learn what's going on in their room. You already know they're not American. Any grower can learn what's going on in their room from any internet-connected device. The Iponic Alert is ideal for the cultivator that is satisfied with their current controls but wants the extra assurance of push-button notifications sent to their smartphone in the event something should go wrong. So there you go. All the products are the same. This one just sends an alert to your phone. Maybe that's the feature you want. The Iponic Alert comes with a digital integrated sensor module that provides temperature, CO2, light, humidity monitoring from an easy to install device. Yeah, I bet it's got a little hole for a nail. You just hang it right there. You can just take your $900, your $800 device and just like hang it by a nail like it's a wall fan. All right, so it's got some data in there. I know what data it has. It has some data about heat. And probably if it's not a controller, so it'll just tell you about the heat. Man, it'll tell you what low it got. So I guess it just tells you temperature. It'll tell you the humidity. I mean, maybe there's a network cord that lets you control other stuff, but no longer. But no longer. Same bullshit. Humidity, dehumidity. But this thing here, it plugs into this box. So if you have a dehumidifier, you would like literally plug it in, right here. But if you've got this Link 4, Phil, you're going to be running a network cable, which is fine, but it's a network interface. I just don't know if you're ready for that yet. But it doesn't even matter. The product's silly. This is the 2 version. It's $2,500. I could not. Okay, here's the thing. If your facility is big enough to invest this kind of money, you would never ever use this product. The cords are 15 feet long. Dude, what the fuck are you going to do with 15-foot wall? 2 tents? You're going to buy 2 10 by 10 tents for $450 each and then put a $2,500 controller in it. What? But they do it. They do it. They find all sorts of ways to fail. Okay. This is the commercial 624 Iponic, same situation. There you go. It's available in single room or 2-room options. $37.99. I don't even know. You know what I mean? What? So far, we've seen 5 products. They've all pretty much had the same shit. What could this possibly offer that jacks up the price so much? Okay. Available in single or multiple room, the Iponic Alert is a cloud-based monitoring and alarm system. Simple plug-and-play functionality. Any grower can learn what's going on in their grow room. From any internet-connected device, the Iponic Alert is that's all ideal for the cultivator. That's something to a phone sent to their phone if something goes wrong. It comes with a digital integrated sensor module that provides temperature, CO2, light, humidity monitoring. I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. Okay, Iponic Commercial 614. Okay, commercials designed for your convenience. Oh, fuck. What are all those other products for then? Pre-mounted, pre-wired, and pre-tested. I don't even... Does that mean they come to your building, Phil? Pre-mounted means an easier and cheaper installation. Must mean this thing in the box. Oh. Listen, if you can install this thing, you could figure out the instructions on how to put it in a box. Okay. Pre-mounted means an easier and cheaper installation process with no need for separate boxes with conduits in between. Pre-wired means it works as soon as you take it out of the box. What the fuck are their other products all about? What are they talking about? This is the danger with CO2. They're telling you, and the other one's ready to use, and this one's telling you nothing else is ready to use. Software-based intelligence. Oh, and they use like a Q for the word software. It's very clever of them. Okay. You can program all functions together and eliminate multiple controllers for multiple functions. The Iponic does it all. Fuzzy logic, CO2, light timer, integration, temperature, humidity, recycle timer, vent fan, high temp, shut down, shut off, air conditioning, and heating. Even add your own custom devices. It'll send you an alert if your grower leaves the hose on. It doesn't say that. But, I mean, they might as well build it in. This also means that you can change devices on the fly. Add or delete devices to match the equipment in your grow house in minutes. Oh, at least they say grow house. Controllers include single or dual. That's not even a house, it's 2 rooms. It's like a guest room in the office. Phil, what I'm trying to impress upon you is that there are no products for what you're doing. So I have an answer. I'm not just saying that just so you're like, what's he talking about? I have an answer for you. But I'm going through all the products because I need you to understand what they're selling, what you require, and how we're going to integrate the two. Because could you imagine buying a $3,000 setup for 2 rooms? And that's because the people making these products have no idea how to use them, because I go to the conventions, the manufacturers all drink. They don't smoke cannabis, and they certainly don't grow it, because for the last 50 years it's been illegal. So the manufacturers don't get into that. The distributors don't get into that. But we're still doing 2 rooms. What? Okay, this is an Atlas 3. We're down to $625 now. We've got CO2, ppm high and low. So instead of you picking a number, oh, I wanted this and a buff and a deadband, you just pick the top and the bottom number. So you have done the deadband and you don't need the number. There you go. Low and high, set up calibration, CO2 output on. controls and monitors. Remember, a controller enables you to increase the gas level. The monitor just tells you what's going on. CO2 from 0 to 2000, CO2 enrichment or CO2 exhaust features, easy to set up and operate. 5 amps. Now this, I believe, that looks easy to set up and operate. Wish we had more pictures, like maybe on the other side of the box. There we go. But no, okay. All right, now what we're gonna see is a monitor and a controller. You get them both for $775. Woo, that price went up. And you can get this for $500. That's the, I see, that's the sensor replacement. Okay. So let's talk about this product. This is the same product with the sensor built in. You do not get to set the range of ppm. There is 1000, 1250, 1500, emergency 2500. It will always try to keep it it'll always try to keep it in the range of 1000 to 1500. That's its deadband. It's built in. Preset CO2 at 1500, built-in self-calibration feature, easiest to use CO2 controller on the market. Simply plug it in to the generator or regulator and you are ready to go. Built-in photocell allows CO2 enrichment during daylight hours. That's the photocell. That knows if the light's on. That feature cost 1 penny. It cost more to drill the hole to put that feature in than it did for the feature. All right, it's 15 amps. Yeah, who cares? Okay, now that we saw that, let's go back to this. This one is the programmable version that happens to have a Atlas CO2, comes with a 25-foot remote sensor. It features adjustable set point and elevation levels, a built-in self-calibration function, and an integrated photocell that enables operation in daytime hours only. When the plants need CO2, simple to use and easy to operate, 15 amps. Replacement sensor can be purchased separately. So this is this with the ability to program it, and you go from 430 to 775. Okay? Now, this is the regulator. Oh, we already saw this. All right, let me. And like all of a sudden, you know all the features. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's step over to Fox Farm, Hydro Farm now. Autopilot CO2 monitor and controller with 15-foot extension cord. I bet you know what's in the picture. It's probably got some sort of a CO2 and a temperature thing, or maybe not. Maybe it's just CO2. There it is. So it's got a 15-foot autopilot monitor and controller with memory, offers a simple and affordable way to control, monitor, and record CO2 levels over an adjustable period of time. Trace your room's CO2 level over minutes, hours, or up to a week with this easy-to-use controller. It also boasts a fully customizable CO2 set point. Oh, it's no longer programmable. Now it's customizable. And deadband. Ugh, all right. And adjust and review your CO2 levels when you want to and how you want to. The memory feature gives growers a real edge in fine-tuning the grow room environment. Optimize your CO2 levels with this precision controller from Autopilot. Features, customizable deadband, trend charts, adjustable. Okay, so same shit creates a graph you don't care about. There you go. So that's same product. How much is it? How much is it? $320. Oh, there you go. $320. But it really does look like cheap white plastic when, at least this one, is that plastic? Is it metal? Who knows? At least it doesn't look like cheap white plastic. Okay. The Cumulus. Oh, I love it. They got a cloud adjective in there. A cloud noun. Autopilot Cumulus Digital CO2 Controller. The Autopilot Digital CO2 Controller measures and controls grow room carbon dioxide levels with great precision. It can operate in fuzzy logic mode. Nobody's told us fuzzy logic yet. Up or PPM down mode. The digital display shows, is it a large digital display? The large! They left the adjective out. The large digital display shows exact reading because people that buy this are old and need glasses. is. It boasts a fully customizable CO2 set point and deadband, min-max recall, still don't know what that is, LED node mode, and error indicators, optional calibration, or 15-foot low drift. 15-foot low drift CO2 sensor. I don't know what that is. But there's another adjective for you. Write that down. The PPM up mode is designed for use with a generator, liquid propane, or natural gas. Oh, finally we got into that. Fuzzy logic. I feel the definition is designed specifically for controlling standard compressed CO2 tank and regulator systems to improve efficiency and maximize CO2 waste. Maybe it shuts the CO2 off when the vent goes on. Let's see what it says. When in fuzzy logic mode, the built-in processor continually applies calculations to the injection schedule, improving CO2 injection rates. I have no idea what that is. None. No idea. You say injection to me one more time and I'm going to call human resources. I swear to fucking God, you're too close. So, they have not told us what fuzzy logic is, which is why I've told you in 20 years, I think what it is it should shut off the CO2 when the vent goes on or something like that. God, we were so close, Phil. Controlling CO2 has never been easier or more affordable. Wait a minute. Oh, $530. It was definitely more affordable with this product, $442, and with this product, which is $420. But it's never been more affordable. It's got Sony guts. Okay, it's never been easier. Mounts to both walls. And grow tents. 2 mounting kits. Accurate dual beam CO2 sensor. Well, now we know how it reads CO2. And the question is, Phil, can you live with a single beam? Because none of the other ones said dual or single beam. So can you live with a single beam? Yeah, who cares? 15-foot remote, instantaneous readings down to 1 ppm, because you need to know. Fuzzy logic mode, LED mode, ETL listed. That's electrical, I'm sure you know. Okay. Oh, no longer stocked. Huh, what is this? All right, so it's got a sensor and it's got a knob. The deadband is built in. So it's got an... All right, wait, let me see if I can do this. The Autopilot PPM5 CO2 controller with 15-foot remote monitor. It has a deadband of 500. It comes with a programmable PPM set point and an extra large monitor, so even the old people that buy this product can read it. It also comes with a switchable outlet in case you want to hook up your CO2 tank, and here's a place for your external, here's a place for your the valve openers, electric valve opener, the electric solenoid. Thank you. You would plug it in here. When it wants CO2, it'll tap that solenoid, crack open the tank, and you can start, but it does it without fuzzy logic, because this is exactly what fuzzy logic was talking about. So here's the 15-foot sensor. The fully adjustable customizable programmable CO2 controller with extra large display on it. The Autopilot controller is simple and affordable way to control. Oh, I missed the simple and affordable. To control your CO2 injection device. Choose your desired PPM, and the controller will automatically maintain that specific level. A built-in photocell. Oh, I missed the photocell. Fuck. On the right side of the sensor? On the right side of the sensor. They even tell you where it is. Deactivate CO2 injection during the nighttime. And the unit's digital display shows live CO2 levels. I gotta use the word live now. The display is green in color. Son of a bitch, I missed that one too. I've got so far to go. Which will not disturb photo period. Oh, even though this is remote mountable outside, if you put it inside, it's green, so it won't disturb the photo period. A remote sensor with detachable 16-foot cable allows detachable cable. Boom, there's another adjective. Allows close placement to the plant canopy. Who cares? Your fans are on. There you go. Autopilot. Digital CO2 controller, fuzzy logic. For sure, this is going to have the definition of it. Autopilot, simply to use, highly accurate controller has arrived. Digital CO2 measures carbon dioxide in the grow room and automatically turns on and off the CO2 device to accurately keep the carbon dioxide ppm at the desired level. They all do that. The autopilot digital CO2 controller can be selected to operate in fuzzy logic mode or standard mode injection within the room. When used in fuzzy logic mode, the built-in processor will apply the calculations to the injection schedule, which eliminates the guesswork and maintains the CO2 levels efficiently. God damn it. What am I guessing with this? What do I have to guess? It tells me set it right to the number I want it, and it'll do it for me. What the hell are they selling you, Phil? What is this? What the hell is it? Fuzzy fucking logic. What? Autopilot desktop monitor and data logger. Monitor, not a controller. It's also $154. That's another clue. Accuracy, innovative features, and an unbeatable affordability in one small, user-friendly CO2 monitor. To deliver its measurements, the Autopilot desktop monitor features a clear display system that boosts a digital memory chart to record CO2 relative humidity and temperature readings over an adjustable 24-hour or 7-day period. With the industry new feature trend chart, it must be blah, 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 blah. The device is able to trace the above quantities through past minutes, hours, or up to the week. It is patent pending, so don't try to copy our worthless product. Featuring a hook and loop fastener. A hook and loop fastener. Oh my God. It's a hook and loop fastener. I would have to look that up. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's some sort of plowing? Something for a horse. And I know it's not what you use to pull a boat out of the water with your truck with, but can be powered by almost any standard USB port that provides power, such as a laptop, a wall. Oh, thank you. Or an external mobile battery pack, power bank. 3 multicolored LEDs for easy reading. Okay. So. Battery pack. 3 multicolored LEDs for easy reading. Okay. All right, Mandy, and Phil. Let's switch back. Phil, what did you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of the controllers that can do a lot of stuff, but I'm a pretty simple person. I just look at the one that'll do the basic, which will turn on the CO2 and turn it off. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Okay, that's brilliant. Because
all the other bells and whistles come with a price that I think is just absolutely nuts. We have a thermostat that'll turn on the air conditioner, and we have a lighting controller that turns on and off the lights, so we don't need any of those functions. So, like I say, I'm just looking for something pretty basic like that Atlas 3.
Like the Atlas.
But the other stuff was pretty cool. I mean, it'll do quite a bit.
Like the Atlas 3. There it is. That is literally like the conclusion that you needed to come to. And there's so much product out there, and people try to sell you so much stuff that after this entire thing, basically what I'm selling is propane and propane accessories. Right, Hank Hill? Right. So in that entire thing, it is a bunch of manufacturers that don't understand the scale and scope of your room.
Well, like I say, I just like to try and keep it simple. You know?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that
do a lot of things.
I wanted to make sure that you don't have when you look at all the products, they expect you to hook up an air conditioner or a heater or something. So all of those products are off the table for, well, pretty much every grower, but especially you. So let me ask you this. Do you intend to use natural gas or liquid propane?
To heat the building,
No, sir. To make CO2.
we're bringing in CO2 tanks.
No. Come on. You're bringing in I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
Wait, we
I didn't
lost
know
the
what else to do.
we lost the picture. We lost the
That
picture.
should have hollered at you first.
Wait, we lost the picture.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back up. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, okay. So you have the option to bring in a CO2 tank fill, like you put it outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly. The screen's not coming back.
Oh, you know what?
Same
Let's
line.
start over. End the connection and call me back.
Okay.
Go check on the kid. Go check on the kid. Okay. So I didn't even know a CO2 tank was an option. They don't even have a product for it. You know what? I did not even know. Here's the problem that I have. Regardless, I don't know how much CO2 it takes to fill up the room and keep it there. So I don't know how big of a tank you should buy. I do know that the benefits are brilliant because there's no heat involved in what you're doing.
Well, what we've looked at is they're going to put in two 750-gallon tanks. We're just renting the tanks from the guys. So,
Okay.
And they have them on scales. I was just looking at long term for the girls because you don't have to do anything. You know, they set up the first tank, and then when it runs out, there's a scale underneath one of the tanks, so it lets them know remotely that they need to come and refill the tank.
Okay. Now you have the two tanks outside, and you have a port on the big tank. And let's say you divide the big tank into 4 lines off the big tank. 2 lines go to each room, front and back of the room. See what I'm saying? You have 2 lines. How do
Yep.
you deliver what happens? What does the end of the line look like? Does it just like a little sprinkler and it goes? How do you physically deliver the gas without it freezing?
Well, boss, the guy that we're renting the tanks from, he said that they used to install the lines. Now the state stepped in and won't let them do it anymore. So he said what they do is they'll just run one line into the building, and each one of the rooms they'll put a T in, and they'll drop off and go to that room, and you take it and you run it into your air conditioning system. So you just stick a hose into to the air conditioning system, and that's it. It just gets dispersed into the air conditioning, the heat and air vents, and blows all over the room.
Okay, so you're saying that you take the end of a steel hose with steel tubing with CO2 coming out, and you just hide it like nitrous in the plenum of your engine. That's how you're doing it.
But it's plastic. Everything's plastic. It's like a PEX pipe.
Okay. The amount of CO2 that you're going to need is significant. I don't think one would do it, first off. Second off, the controller, you have to be able to plug something into the controller. So you need a line lock that's activated, a solenoid line lock. You know what I mean? How do you turn it off? How do you expect to throttle it?
You drop the line into each one of the rooms. You hook up a solenoid from the solenoid to a controller.
Okay, so your solenoid is going to be like a 110 cable that plugs into a controller? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Do you intend to put the controller kitty corner from the room, Or do you expect to put it near the air conditioner? As far away or as close to the air conditioner?
Well, that's why we're talking. I don't know where to put it, but I can make it work no matter what.
Okay,
'Cause
well,
I can.
well, if you put it as far away from the air conditioner as possible, the as you get closer to the air conditioner, the number goes up. The closer you get to the air conditioner, the further, you know what I mean? Now, then you have to account for the homogenization. Do you have one duct for the air conditioner, or does it blow in both corners?
There's 4 ducts in each room.
Okay, so you could put it in the hub and disperse it evenly through the corners.
Well, that's kind of an unknown too, because it just blows out, and it's going to take the path of least resistance when it's blowing. So I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 of them that'll probably get more CO2 than the other 2.
Okay, that's okay. We have a couple of wall fans. It blends the whole room, and
Yes.
the biggest deviation you might get is what? 200? So who cares, right? I mean, it's not like one side's going to be 1800 and one's going to be 400.
Right.
You won't get that much deviation. So as long as the plus or minus could be 500, who cares? 250 on each side. So all you're going to do is put this ridiculously cheap sensor somewhere in the room in the middle, and you'll run a wire from this to the solenoid for that air conditioner.
Okay.
Now, if you have 2 rooms, we'll just buy 2 of those. But here's the magic of the whole thing, okay? Here's the magic of CO2. Do you know how much CO2 is in ambient air?
No.
About 400. At the start of the industrial age, it was 200. The whole problem that everybody is complaining about with global climate change is over 250 ppm. 250 ppm is blowing it off the charts compared to 1800. Okay? So
Okay.
they're talking about 2000 ppm and 1500 ppm at the high end. What I'm going to tell you is that CO2 is front loaded. If you go up to 800, you will get 75% of the benefit.
Okay.
You don't have to hit 1500.
Okay.
So your tank is now, it will last twice as long.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It's 30 cents a pound, by the way.
So your goal when you injection CO2 into the room is to make sure you exchange as little air out of the room. You want to keep that air in the room.
Okay.
Right? Because you don't want to turn on the AC and open all the windows.
All the rooms are sealed. But
Perfect.
they'll keep the doors closed.
Perfect. The last component to that is humidity goes up. What are you going to do about the humidity?
We have a dehumidifier in each one of the rooms.
Okay. So between the air conditioner and the dehumidifier, you ended up with the cheapest product you could buy at $6.25 each. I mean, that's just about the cheapest product you can buy. So for 2 of these, and this is the MSRP, so you could probably find this. Let's just take a quick look. Titan controller. Let's just take a quick look on what the internet says for it. Son of a bitch, $400. So this product that I'm supposed to sell for $6.25, that probably cost me $400, sells for $400. So for $800, And you probably are going to end up putting one in veg too. Because if you have a sealed room, you have to add CO2. So for the one in veg, what do you care? Set it at 500. Your tank will last you 2.5 times longer. For $400, you ended up with exactly the right product for each room. No overshadow. You completely understand the nonsense, the absolute nonsense within the industry, what all the features does, an intelligent decision that narrowed it down to exactly what you want for like $400. Damn, no wonder the hydroponic stores are going out of business. They're actually not, because everybody comes in and buys the nonsense. But you got the perfect position for the cheapest product for CO2 on the market.
Well, I'm definitely going to get it from you, and I appreciate all the help you've given us, and no matter what it costs, you're the guy I'm going to be buying it from. So
I am the guy, but I got to tell you, that's lower than what I would pay for it. I can't get it for that, and then ship it.
well,
I can't.
It doesn't matter. What
I'll
you're
send
doing
you
for
the
us,
link.
I don't think you put a price tag on. I mean, it wasn't very good a few months ago.
I'm glad you guys are doing better.
A whole lot better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're going to get the right CO2 product. So the next grower comes in and goes, I mean, if it wasn't Tone G, you know what I mean? The grower would come in and go, well, you need this and this. And you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Stop it. So I keep trying to educate you so nobody can come in and fool you again.
Well, that'll never happen because Tone G and Mandy and, we've talked, and he's going to be coming down maybe in the next month or so, somewhere in there. And he's going to help us out. And with your help, I think we won't need another grower.
Yeah, it won't. You'll be winning as fast as you can grow them and flower them. That's how long it takes to win. Yeah, you're right on track.
Well, you guys definitely have the information that we need. And like I say, we're thankful to have found you guys.
Excellent. Mandy, what can I do for you? What else? Did you understand? Do you have any questions?
I don't think I have any direct questions. I'm gonna have to process some of this. He probably understood more than I did, but no, I don't think I have any direct questions right now.
Is it amazing that after all of that literally it was like Indiana Jones, and he had to pick the chalice at the end, and he picked the one, the cheapest, crappy one that looked like a carpenter made it. And that's exactly what happens in the grower community. They're all telling you how shiny it is and the snake oil, and I'm telling you, it's a cup. Put a glass of wine in it, and don't worry about the rest of it. It's amazing how much nonsense at every single level, upon every examination. And I specifically made this video because CO2 is no different nonsense than everything else that's out there.
Everybody has an opinion, for sure.
Yeah, and you ended up with the least expensive one. I'll send you the link in an email, and maybe in a couple days we'll take a tour of the facility.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right. I was waiting till you really started flowering, because that way we could look at some plants.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Phil. Bye, Mandy.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, boss.
Do you guys in the comment section have any questions? No.